Beloved, when Christ came into the world, he said, "Sacrifices and offerings you have not desired, but a body you have prepared for me." And the writer to the Hebrews goes on to quote him and say, "See, God, I have come to do your will." These words from Hebrews point us to the deep revelation of Christ's incarnation and death. They reveal that Jesus' mission was not about perpetuating the old system of sacrifices and offerings. Rather, it was about fulfilling the ultimate will of the Father, a will that sanctifies and redeems humanity through the offering of Christ's own body. Athanasius captures the same truth on the Incarnation. For him, the incarnation of the Word is not merely about God taking on human flesh. It is the entire life, death, and resurrection of Christ, culminating in the cross. This is the moment when the will of God, our sanctification through Christ, is fully accomplished. The body prepared is not simply a vessel for living among us. It was prepared for the ultimate offering, the moment when God's love and power would be revealed in what appears to be the ultimate humiliation, death on a cross. Athanasius' insight, like the passage in Hebrews, emphasizes that Christ's death is not an afterthought or an appendix to the Incarnation. The cross is central to understanding the Incarnation and to the mission of Jesus. Athanasius calls it the apparent degradation of the Word, capital W, the Logos. The public humiliation and suffering is actually the high point of God's revelation. On the cross, Christ did what no sacrifice or offering under the law could do. He made a once-for-all offering, sanctifying humanity and drawing us into the very life of God. As the writer to the Hebrews declares, we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all. Athanasius echoes this in his famous statement, "He was incarnate that we might be made God." In other words, deified, not equal to God, deified. It's the process that the ancients call theosis, to be partakers of the divine nature. In other words, God became human so that humanity might share in the divine life. And yet this divine life is granted to us not by bypassing the cross, but by going through the cross. The Incarnation cannot be separated from the crucifixion. It is through the body prepared for Christ, offered in death, that the will of God is accomplished and humanity is restored. This is the scandal of the cross and the mystery of the Incarnation. The moment of Christ's greatest apparent weakness becomes the moment of his greatest glory. Through his body, prepared for this very purpose, God does what the law and sacrifices could never do. He reconciles, redeems, and makes us new. At this Advent season, may we ever be mindful that the body of Christ was prepared for the will of God to be accomplished. And now, you and I are the ongoing Incarnation. So when we read, "Sacrifice and burnt offering thou hast not desired, but a body thou hast prepared," we are the ongoing Incarnation who are called to delight in doing the will of God by embracing the cross-shaped, self-sacrificial, self-emptying love of Jesus and showing that for the life of the world.